there is a point that it is honestly important for me to explain about myself. There is a gentleman who uploaded a comment, and he's talking to me. It seems to me that he's a so-called Hindu from India. Now, regardless, I'm not answering him. I have already answered him. But he said, "You're a Muslim. Why you are running and escaping to a non-Muslim country? And you have the Islamic country." And the problem is that it's not only his kind saying this. You got the Western themselves. You got other nations when they want to provoke you about something related to your faith or your demands. African people who are opposition from the Gulf states itself, who are running away, who either ex-Muslims or calling for secularism or liberalism or whatever, and they look into what someone like me is saying, and they start questioning. What is the word? Questioning my questioning how I am seeking my rights. And the answer is easy. Where is the Islamic country? You can call yourself a Muslim while you're worshipping a pig. You can call yourself a Muslim while you're worshipping a statue. I'm talking, is there a real Muslim country in this planet right now? Working it based on the Islam? No. Why don't these people... No, okay, fine, the West is a good nation. The West is the Western West. Is the first nation on planet Earth respecting human right. Yeah. Do we need to understand and study the history of the West and how it's reached there? Do we need to study the divine plan, what is coming from this, and how this human right call is working, and how these nations are affecting Middle East? No. Okay, let's say the West, not need to go to further. The West is a good nation showing respect to human rights. This is obvious. This is not a joke, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Can I explain to him and other people what happened last century in Middle East? I mean, the period of how country like Gulf states established, who draw the borders of what's called Iraq right now, illegitimate, unreasonable state, Kuwait, Jordan, Syria. This is a joke. This was never there. Yes, you got the Arabian Peninsula. You can give it two territories: the Yemeni and the Ismailian. Fine. The Holy Land, okay. The Sham, which is Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and Iraq. Not this Iraq. Iraq is a little bit further. Most of Iraq is not Iraq. Especially the just big part of Iraq is not Iraq. It's part of the Ismailian territory or the Arabian Peninsula. Those people, can they understand that the change... I'm not going to continue about what happened in Middle East and how it's created the environment I am. I'm going to go on and jump to another point, to another case. Do you know that I am here running away from the Ismailian territory, from Gulf states, from the so-called Saudi Arabia government, which was established by the help of the West, by the way, regardless, Ibn Saud and things like that. Who are you to criticize Ibn Saud for the wrong reasons? Who are you to mention the term Wahhabist? Regardless, even are you criticizing what is called Wahhabist for the right reason? No, you're a bad bastard. That's who you are. He added a comment saying Saudi Arabia supported terrorists in Afghanistan. Taliban are terrorists. Okay, he don't understand anything about the history of Afghanistan. 11 September, the inside job. Why there is Al-Qaeda from the beginning attacking the West interest? Because there is an occupation in the Holy Land. Taliban, caller of knowledge, student. And the Arabic and the Pashtun language mean a student. Talibani, or a requester. Taliban, requester mean. They are requester of knowledge. the high schools, the university, they start taking the Kalashnikov and their machine guns and start fighting the Soviet Union. Why there is an occupation from the first place? It's not Kyiv. It's not Eastern Ukraine. No, it's Afghanistan. There, Afghanistan. It's not Kyiv. Regardless of the point of Ukrainian. Why don't we look into this? I am here in the West. Okay, let's imagine that there is no people before and after 11 September, the inside job, in the 90s, 80s, filthy, non-Ishmaelian, who are originally immigrant. Imagine if this immigrant, who did not immigrate from countries that we colonized, we didn't, like people from Algeria. France colonized Algeria. Other nation in the West, England, the most famous is France and Germany, but you've got Spain, the so-called Spain. Dirty, rubbish history. Even the king, he's originally not from what's called Spain. He came from Europe, and the native Spanish people are in most of them ran away to Morocco, Amazigh, Tunisia, Algeria. They are escaped with so many Jews, Moroccan Jews. You're not a Moroccan. You escaped from Europe to Andalusia, which is Spain right now, and then you escaped to Morocco. You're a goy. No, you are a liar. You're just lying. You're good. So, I'm not going deep to this. I'm going to return back to the point. Legitimate. You have the legitimate Sharia to do something or not. This is important as a human. Otherwise, and it's like a structure. If we continue doing illegal thing, we're causing unjust. We are opening the gate for the devil to occupy and become himself intruding in what should be a representation to humanitarian glory that Allah, God, have granted to humanity. And of course, slaves to the devil. And then there will be collapses and problem and destruction. I mean, there is even a verse. They say it's like the number of the floors of the World Trade Center, 11 September, 110, and al-Cow. And the Surah al-Cow, al-Baqarah. It's talking about the building that then they're saying that Allah is predicting. Well, there is a lot of codes in Quran that is different because it's 110 and this building is 100 or something like that. I'm not sure how they did it. Anyway, so all of this will be collapsing and it will cause pain socially, economically, and things to come. Tribulation, عصر الابتلاءات, القتل والهرج, فتن, ملاحم, بلاوي, and then after hellfire to all those who are involved. I'm here just saying that imagine if those people who are immigrant, starting and especially those who call themselves Shiite, if they didn't lie, especially after invading Iraq and ever September the inside job, and even in the 90s, if they did not rain away, let's focus on what happened within the last 30 years, or maybe 20, or whatever, after 2000, 90, whatever. If those people did not come and complain to the West, oh yeah, Saudi Arabia is that, the Ishmaelian, Al-Badu, شرابين بول البعير, all sort of أعراب, Sunni, Wahhabish, Najdi, I wouldn't be here. The environment wouldn't impose additional dirt. The basic dirt is the royal families there. It's dirt, filth. We're dealing with it in the 70s, the 60s, 80s. It's a dark result of a lost, a failure that occurred in the 19th century, and it was shown at the 20th century. So the real failure took place at the end of the 18th century in the Islamic nation. The 19th century, definitely there was a terrible failure that allowed the external power to come and do this manipulation. Satan, the devil, illegal, establishing the so-called Israeli state, other things, granting the so-called Shiite, what's called Iran right now. The Persians around Tehran. I don't care. This is it. This is the truth. We can go on deep to the history. It shouldn't be called the Persian Gulf as well. Let's go to race and groups. This is rubbish. And now, in the name of the so-called Shiite faith. In addition to that, what's happened to Iraq? All of this, after 2000, but all what happened in the 19th century, in the end, in the 19th century, is honestly a real failure. That created a chance for the external power to come and do all of this manipulation and corrupt us. And the whole international system is corrupted to a certain level and helping to create additional corruption. Why? What do I mean? West have interest. Do they want democracy in Saudi Arabia? No, they don't. The political system do not want this. They want dictatorship, and this dictatorship to be corrupted and slave, bringing all what they want there, an agent there. This is you understand? Corruption brought to us. So I'm dealing with this corruption. Additional, I'm just talking about the point why I'm escaping to the West. Additional to that, people who got no right to lie about us, lie about the Ismailian people who are racist, running away to the West and complaining, and especially after 11 September, the inside job and what's happened. Sunnis are terrorists. Saddam Hussein is not good. You chant Iraq, look at the Shiite, Al-Qaeda, Daesh, whatever. Sunni Wahhabis are behind this. No, the Sunni Wahhabis are not. It is one nation, the Ismailian nation. Do I need to give... Imagine a state like California, Florida. Let's say California, okay? Imagine, or مثلا England, or any country, or France. If we divide it to 6 states or 2 states, and then after decades, a country like China came and occupied or attacked this part and start helping other nations like Russia to rape and kill and do all sorts of crimes to the half occupied part of France. Do you think the other part will keep the throne? No, there will be Ismailian, among them the real Israelis, and Qahtanis and Yemenis, and Ahl Sunnah Jama'ah, because they are similar race, not to mention the faith, but similar race, like family, DNA. Definitely Ismailis will go and attack the occupiers, because they wouldn't think the way you think. This is Iraq and this is Saudi Arabia. Why does Saudi come and do this? Why do why Jordanian? Why Az-Zarqawi is Jordanian? Why? Because Az-Zarqawi is part of this Makhit, this society. The same DNA in some part of Iraq will be found in Jordan, and the same DNA, you understand me? So someone put the border, unreasonable border. So of course, I am here in a city, for example. Imagine countries like England, for example. There is a city called Liverpool, and there is a city called, for example, London, or Glasgow, or Manchester. If someone occupy one of these cities, do you think the other people in the other city would say, we will go and fight for our brothers and sisters or family? Who gave those people? Exactly. So don't bother us. The so-called Shiite, who are Eastern, originally from Kashmir, coming from Punjab, or others who are even not Shiite, calling themselves Hijazis or people from Gulf states, coming in, providing in the West all sorts of lies. This created an additional corruption to my environment there, especially when we are dealing with the slave agents, that they don't deserve to be human. Yes, the king of Saudi Arabia, he's not a human being, he's a filth. The leader, the prince of Kuwait, is a filth. I'm sorry for the Bahraini, but he's also filth. Allowing these people in Bahrain, we are the majority, we are 52%. So you are from Kashmir, and Bahrain is part of the Ismailian. This doesn't make sense. This is new borders. You need to understand this point, and when you recognize what I'm trying, you will understand that you deserve death for what you did, honestly, and you better go and commit suicide for raping us and causing this trouble and bringing pain to us, especially while we're dealing with agents. I'm not saying, repent, try to fix things. Killing yourself is haram, unless if you're a real criminal, you go do it. If they start attacking these seculars, putting them in jail, this is a slave monarch, a slave agent. So what brought additional corruption to me, to put me in a terrible status? What? It's the picked. This is the nation of the West. Yeah. Additional to that, something added a corruption to the original already corruption in the Ishmael. Asylum seeker, those who are in a position, those who shouldn't go in. We want our right. Some of them want the separation of part of Saudi Arabia. Based on what, you fucking motherfuckers? Do I have the right to go to Russia and say I want to be in a position in Russia? And I am calling to divide Manchester from London. Manchester have some oil, or industrial factories, and we don't want London. London is occupying us. British people would say to you, especially if you are like me. Imagine I'm coming here and I'm saying I want Manchester to be. I'm saying imagine. I want Manchester to be divided from. British people would say, hey motherfucker, go back to your Middle East first of all. Secondly, it's one nation. Why is only you speaking? There is some, but there is other social, religious, traditional reasons. The main reason that they become slaves. Who? The Ishmaelian. What? They become slaves. Do you think it's not do you think it's not, they become slaves? Do you think it's not an enormous pressure, not an enormous embossment through the decades and centuries? Not to mention that Islam is specifically saying you don't distinguish. I am saying that they are the making the distinguish. They are the racist. Criminals. They are racist criminals. Men, women calling for what's so-called liberal, secularism, women's rights, gays. They are racist. We are in unbelievable pain. It's unbelievable ration. And that's because I spoke, they raped my family member before they did an ambush to my mother. They tortured my brother Marwan. It's not a normal environment. I'm a free man. I'm not a slave. Allah yahmini. May Allah protect me. Yes, it fucked me. And imagine this, when I ran away here, they took me to the detention center and they gave me a ticket. Wallah. And then they released me for 3 years and a half. A rough sleeper in the streets, tent, and begging the respectable church, and they did a great job helping me. But it was not suitable for me, honestly. It's terrible to go and sit with some of these asylum seekers, some of these homeless people. If there is no real pain in your life, you will never understand what so many Ishmael. I'm not talking about myself. You can't handle my case. You can't handle my pain. Listen, but these Ishmaelian, they are ignorant, some of them. And some of them brought up as a slave. And this is part of my pain. When I see slaves and weakness, we are weak. Look at Iran, the so-called filthy Shiite in Tehran. Ali Khomeini, do you remember him, this leader? Establisher of the new. Who gave him the right to distribute the revolution? Distribute what? And I have explained about what's happened. You distribute it to your race. Take your revolution from your man and put it in your race. You don't come to the Gulf states. But who helped the establishment, the so-called Israeli Gohemic establishment in the Holy Land? Filth. We're dealing with filth. Yep. So just did you recognize my point, the conclusion? These people came here and they came and complained and they created, and in the name of human rights and other names, an additional pressure to the Asian slaves there to do this change. This is the conclusion. To do additional change. To move us from an Ishmaelian living style to a new style suitable to those who are intruders and minority who do not want us to live like Ishmaelians. This is the conclusion. So this added additional corruption. It's not enough that we're slaves. It's not enough that it's a dictatorship. And I have explained this. Now it's a dictatorship and an extreme anti-Ishmaelian attitude by the government. Before, but now absolutely right now. They just want to ruin the life of the Ishmaelian and the faith, religious. They don't understand that it's not a matter of faith. There is a different, again and again, between an identity of a group of people and a religion of a group of people. Man, they fucked my life. I'm not joking. Hey, you cannot and listen. I ask Allah, those who question me, may they feel exactly what I have dealt with. I want you to be in this pain. I want to see, can you handle what I have dealt with? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe. Like electricity. Allah Rahman. I don't know. It's a strange feeling. This is what they create. Every reason to create the absolute heaven to the Ishmaelian and non-Ishmaelian. I mean, the case is, how can I explain it? I don't want to mention children. Children have the right to be childish. Imagine, this is a mobile, okay? I don't know how to put this. It's a naive example. And you are thinking that this mobile is yours. Because it's have your name, for example. Your similar name. But it's honestly mine. It's definitely mine. So we will start touching it like this from me. Give me the mobile. Give me, and I'm saying, hey! It's imagination. Now, when I said, because I mentioned previously, making a heavenly environment for the Ishmaelian and non-Ishmaelian. And you might say, but the non-Ishmaelian would not accept. This is why I'm explaining. So they are just trying to take the mobile. I think it's a naive example. Now, if they knew that this mobile is not theirs, would they come and bother you? No, they would sit with you and say, nice mobile, okay, can we share the mobile? Oh, but it's definitely yours. I'm not saying this is our land, or no, I'm not this way. I'm just saying if they recognize, but no. And those who know the truth are criminal. So they look at me, I mean, in 2016, and you know that I'm not dealing with anything. I'm talking to my imaginary friend. And they're looking at me, 2016. All groups, and they are saying, like this, look at my face. Either my face, either consider me a filthy, ugly person or a wonderful, handsome person. You choose. Okay? They're looking at me, honestly. They're telling me, my imaginary friend. And this is obvious. I mean, you can go and study your things. And they know it. Their conscience might wake up, and they're looking like this to me. Men, women, and they don't know how to deal with me. Among the few free, the others are slaves. I'm sorry, Ishmaelians, and who is among you, the Israelis. You are slave people. Men, women, except a few, and I feel their pain, men and women there. There is those who are having free spirit, but it's disgusting. But unfortunately, I'm going to say, the number is not enough. And this is creating the decades. I mean, there is a study. Said that, not in the West, no. Because the West is already established. The West went through a lot of pain and bloodshed and revolutions and civil wars, the Industrial Revolution, and then seeking secularism and revolting against the castles and the church and other things, and conflict between even sectors among what's called Christianity, Catholic, Protestant, Angelic, whatever. And this pain created, no one interfered, no one colonized them. They fucked each other, but no one colonized France, no one colonized England. And England, because it's an island, like Japan, you see, it has something to do with the nation depending on itself, the nation not attacked by others, the nation having a conservative, you can see it even to a certain level, which globalization is changing things, a conservative society, manners and background, because it's an island, disconnected. this is not the topic. So I'm screaming والله العظيم I'm barking. The problem is that they are adding comics saying انبح مثل الكلاب ولا انهق, and even the media, which means bark like a dog. Rawr, rawr, rawr. I'm doing like this. They're insulting me. Oh, 2016, 17, a lot. And I answered all of their comments. And you don't know how fucked I was in 2016. And they arrested me in 2016. That's how I was stupid. And I'm answering them and I'm angry and creep mentality. Alhamdulillah. At a certain level I'm bitter. And they're saying like تنهق كالحمير like donkey يعني racist extreme racist, like the Goyams in the Holy Land, the so-called Shiite even in Iraq. And imagine a so-called Shiite saying you Bedouin, Iraq is a higher class than you. He's saying this, and Iraq is more big than your country history. Now he is from Kashmir or Azerbaijan originally, and he's saying in Iraq, and the West came and gave them Iraq, and they killed the natives there and killed the legitimate president, who was a normal good result of Sykes-Picot, the failure of the Ottoman Empire, have nothing to do with Islam. Khawazik or nationalist in Turkey and other things have nothing to do with Islam, and which was taken from Dracula in the West. And he's saying all of sort of assault, and he's saying Bedouin. He do not, and he's a so-called Shiite. And he's hating himself, and he forget that the family of Muhammad, a group of them lived like Bedouin for a big, huge, exactly like those freaks, so-called Christians, those who call themselves Jews, even the so-called Hindus. The Messiah lived as a Bedouin to certain. Moses is definitely a Bedouin. Others, looking to people who are fucked. People are not normal. These people call themselves Jews, fine. And these people call themselves Shiite, they have the right to come. They are craziness. We're dealing with crazy people, wallah. All of this, I mean. So, someone sent a message to me. Oh, it's, I'm gonna read this. I'll turn back to you. So, those slaves among the Ishmaelian, do I blame them hugely? Look at the world and look at the international community and look at these filthy agents. My date of birth is 1982. I was born at 6 a.m. The rest 8, 6, 7:30. 6 a.m. I came. I'm the child of the morning. And the 6th of June, 666. But the Bible is manipulated, so I didn't listen. You make a lot of songs. 666. I'm making the friends. Few right now here. The point I'm trying. I'm tired. I'm sad. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Go away. It's good to laugh when you see how disgusting your history and how fucked. You laugh. I don't know. Am I feeling sorry for myself? Maybe. I don't know. You're an enemy? You spit in your face. You're just a human being watching. Don't just thank you for your interest. Maybe you have free time, a lot of free time. Good. No, you're interested. Oh, good job. Diff, both ways, no problem. So I need to prepare myself. Say this harmful slaves. The slaves, or they are forced to accept being slaves. The Ishmaelian, okay, but among them, really, and or ignorance creates a slave. Understand me? And oh, they're forced. There is a group of them who are honestly not happy. I'm not saying the majority. No, I cannot say the majority. What do I mean? Do you mean that they are all? No, no. I'm sorry. I'm talking about those who are angry for the. There is nothing. You cannot say the Ishmaelians' anger legitimate or not. No, it's all legitimate, but because they are after this decades and after this time. Oh, I'm not a philosopher. I'm something far bigger than this. Oh, I'm a little bit tired. I think I'm gonna sleep. This is how I am before. So, anyway, Bismillah. Ali. The point I'm trying to say is that stupid now. Sometimes I wake up while I'm laughing. I don't know why. Very quiet laugh. No why. I can recognize myself. I don't. Sometimes the imaginary friends when they wake me up, they're very nice. Not all of them, because there is bad imaginary friends. Oh yeah, especially if I'm alone, jungles, see their eyes. Anyway, don't worry. Anyway, so hey Jimmy, don't be scared, Jimmy, you better be scared, boy. Anyway. So I don't know what to say. So I decide to say, fuck you all. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna fuck everyone. See, I have no tools. They decide not to grant me something. I have approached them. I can't. Of course, you check. You check the reaction. The reaction is oh. Thank God there is human rights here, consular things, because here I did it to the Home Office detention center. See, I understand, but there is release because human right, adult at risk. And I said, this is solicitor, this adult at risk help me. He said, no, it's help you not to be detained for a long time, but they can take you to detention, force you in an airplane. Like. That guy starts saying Mujahideen, and I shouted. Wish I didn't. My hair would be like this until here in my beard. Yalla, I'm trying to make it grow up again. This time I'm gonna make it there. And the hair would be like here. I خلاص يعني I live alone. I laugh alone. Oh, I have some friends, yani. Good from time to time, but I can't stay a long time with friends, with people. I need to stay with myself and with my imaginary friend. So I'm just saying. I'm saying this, yani. I said no. Grant me something. I'm different. I'm above the law. And I mean, I'm in the law. I need something. Hey, Abdulaziz, he's a result of filth, nothing before him. Hey, go upstairs. Hey, everyone, hey, you have budget, treasuries, money. I need to speak. I want to speak, I want to talk. I have something. No. If I raise my, because I'm smart, I'm not, do you think I'm stupid? Tell me, I'm stupid or smart, or intelligent, or genius, or a freak, all in one? Except stupid, I agree. All in one. Stupid, no. So all thanks to my imaginary friend. They helped me. I'm stupid, but they helped me to be like this. Anyway. خلاص رشت. دائما استعمل ذي الكلمة بيستعملونها الغبية ما أدري بدهم بستين داهية. So I said no. This is how it is. Criticism for this, and the Ishmaelian, I represent them who are angry. They are not a majority. I'm talking about this group who are angry for the excellent reasons. These ones easily lose their heads, easily lose their dicks, easily their family member raped. Look what's happened to me. Easily put in jail until they die. Do you understand me? I don't feel happy talking about it, wallah. I don't feel. Thank you very much. That's it. So this is the point. Because I know people are dead anyway. So I'm a human being at the end. Anyway. So the point is, and it's a nation. It's a problem with the nation. There is the filth of Iran, the filth of the so-called Iran, the filth of the so-called Israel, and other external big power like Russia and the West and other powers. So this is why I'm here in the West. Trust me, it's not a happy journey. West, nice people, nice communities, nice. There's bad, but nice. But I'm not here just like others, trying for better economical life or start a life or living. No, I'm escaping. If I'm there, I'm dead. Jailed. Especially if they know what I did, because I said, you know what, I'm gonna fuck everyone. By all, what's what they say, all methods that's available. All methods available, I'm gonna use it. Like now, YouTube is available method. Don't delete my video, don't delete my channel, please. I mean, even for my own reason, Facebook, Twitter, no. I don't want to use it, calling for what I call for my own reason. I might.